Hello and welcome everybody to another Powered Cube Draft video. I'm Paul Cheon and today we are sitting at Diamond 1. We drafted a fun deck the last time around, going 4-3 with a deck that was trying to take all the turns with Time Walk. This time, you know what? I'll still draft fun decks if it's available, but I also kind of want to win. I'm just going to throw that out there. We'll see what happens. Maybe we can hit Mythic in this draft. Now, before we hop into the draft queue, just want to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com if you want Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product. If you wanted some cards to round out your collection, or you wanted some cards for your constructed decks, or you wanted to pre-order for some booster boxes of The Last Airbender, make sure you go to TCGplayer.com, hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Also, head on over to heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. They are the place to go to for top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, life pads, and much, much more. Go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. They're also at basically every Magic the Gathering convention. Swing by their booth, tell them Paul sent you for 10% off in person as well. We've been getting really lucky with our opens. We opened Time Walk the last time too. I'm going to take Mox Pearl here. Not really much to think about. Stoneforge Mystic is a nice card to take early because then you have a higher chance of picking up all the equipment. You know, Batter Skull, Cauldron Complete, GT, etc. Wheel of Fortune, Fastbond, Chrome Mox I also really like a lot, but we are certainly going to start things off with a first pick Mox Pearl and see where this goes. Pack 1, pick 2. What do we have? Well, there's a Solitude. Solitude is a premium Magic card. Even if you're not necessarily red-white aggro specifically, but this card just exceptionally good, and I'm going to take it here because it is by far the best card in the pack. All right, pack 1, pick 3. What do we have? A pretty underwhelming pack. There is a Galvanic Discharge, which of course, if you want to move immediately into red-white, you can certainly take as a really good interactive spell. But there's also Flooded Strand, which kind of opens the door for potentially other color combinations, and nothing else here really stands out. So I will take Flooded Strand over Galvanic Discharge. Maybe this gives me a higher chance of not ending up in Boros. I mean, we still could end up in Boros, so that's a thing, but I think Flooded Strand is good, especially given we have a Pearl and a Solitude and a Flooded Strand. Good start here. All right. Well, let me tell you, Boros certainly does not seem super open here. We're not seeing a lot of the good aggressive Boros cards, so I think this is a good opportunity for us to potentially pivot here. I'm not going to take the Bombardment here. I'm just not going to take green cards, just so you all know. I dislike green. I tried drafting a green deck. It was my only like huge train wreck card draft that I had. I think I'm just going to take Hallowed Fountain. Maybe we can draft blue-white Cheons. Haven't done it. We have a Flooded Strand. And, you know, seems like a decent card to take. I think Hallowed Fountain is going to be better than just taking like a random Chrome Host Seed Shark here. So let's go ahead and take this and start with some good mana and see what we get passed over to us. Well, this is an underwhelming pack. Wow, this pack is... We've had some trash packs. Trinket Mage to get a Mox Pearl, March of Otherworldly Light. Oof, there's a Ketria Triome, I guess. All right, you know what? I'm going to take the March and, see if I can draft a control deck, okay? I will actively try my best here to avoid drafting red-white. All right, what do we have here? Duelist of the Mind's unplayable. Okay, not unplayable. It's not great. Surely, I mean, these are fine cards in your red-white deck. Noble Hierarch is a green card. It's a good card, but I'm not going to take it. I don't really love Get Lost. I think I'm just going to take Preacher of the Schism here. This is a really good creature to ramp out, especially in a metagame filled with a bunch of Boros players. Being able to mox this out early, I think, is quite strong. And I don't think I want to take a Get Lost here. So, yeah, green is open. That's fine. I think I'd rather have Preacher here and see where this goes. Because blue is not open. We're just not seeing any blue cards. We're not seeing a ton of the good aggressive white cards. We're seeing some red cards, but yeah, just kind of a weird draft overall. There's Overlord of the Bailmerk versus Ephemerate and a Reckoner Bankbuster. I think the Bankbuster personally is a little too slow. I'm going to take Overlord of the Bailmerk. If we can find... oh man, it sucks that Ephemerate's in this pack. Can I table something, actually? Can I table something? 3, 4, 5, 6. I could see getting Ephemerate last. But this could be a deck that utilizes Ephemerate and do a pretty good job utilizing it. So that's interesting. Here, what do we have? The best card is like Grist if I want to go like Abzan, which is just literally the worst color combination. There's also Deathrite Shaman and Grim Monolith. Also Unholy Heat. I don't care about any of these Reanimator cards. This doesn't look like a Grim Monolith deck. I'll take Deathrite Shaman, sure. Maybe we can get some more fetch lands and stuff. All right, pack 1, pick 9. Despian Stage, Jetmir's Garden, Goblin Rabblemaster, and a Leyline Binding. Not a great pack here overall. Certainly seeing a bunch of these red cards. You know, maybe white isn't open. I could see going red-black. Maybe I should have taken the red cards. I started out with a bunch of white, which kind of locked me in, but I don't care too much for a Leyline Binding. Let's just take the Rabblemaster in case red is open, and we want to go like red-black mid-range or something. This is a pretty good threat, in my opinion. But, you know, now I kind of wish I took... I mean, there were some decent red cards. Not like outstanding ones, but we'll see where this goes. The colors that have been extremely open are green and red. Sorry, just green. Green is the only color that's been like mega open. Here, there's a Winds of Abandon, Monastery Mentor. Another very weak pack. There's Bomad Courier if I want to go red-black, but I don't even know if I love this in red-black. I guess I'll take Winds of Abandon. Not my favorite card, but we'll take it here and see where this goes. Splitskin Doll, Karsi Revenant, and Sword of Fire and Ice. And I actually like Karsi Revenant in this version of Cube. It's the Boros Menace, and this card just makes it so that we are better suited against Boros. But I don't really like Beza. So I'll take Arena of Glory. Weird draft. Black is like pseudo open, at least like the various mid-range creatures, and I need to try to figure out what my second color is. Okay, let's take Hired Claw. I guess this would have looked like a Bomat Courier deck. I don't know. All right. I mean, that goes to the face, I guess. I do not like Ghostfire Slice in general, though. All right, here we have... Yeah, I'm going to just abandon the white cards. Like, we started out just taking all of these white cards, but we just have not seen a whole lot of white, so... Let's see if this is where we... Flooded Strand can make its way into the deck here. All right, red-black, Ragavan or Fiery Confluence. There's also a Skull Clamp here. I'm going to be proactive and take the Ragavan here. And, yep, I guess we're going to be like red-black, somewhat aggro. And there were a few picks that I wish I could take back, but it is what it is. Ragavan is quite strong. Let's see if we can still recover and put together a playable deck here. Barrelgoyf I'm going to take here. This card's awesome. I mean, obviously Library is good, but I mean, this card is just incredible. I do think it's better than Library. At least our matchup versus the white aggro decks should be okay with Barrelgoyf, Preacher, and Karsi Revenant. Here, there is a Deathgreeter's Champion, which I like. Nothing else really stands out here, so let's go ahead and take that. Totally fine card here. I mean, you can play it turn 3. I mean, it's nice that you can, but I also really like the ability to dash this out too, if needed. All right, pack 2, pick 4. What do we have? There's a Grim Lavamancer, Archon of Cruelty. Now, this is not really looking like a Reanimator deck, and we should have a good number of cheap spells, so I actually feel like red-black utilizes Grim Lavamancer quite well. We even have Overlord of the Baelmerk. There's an Adeline too, but let's take Grim Lavamancer here. I don't really love Fabled Passage in red-black, so... Flooded Strand, hopefully we can use this to get like a Savai Triome and some other dual lands, but right now it doesn't do anything. Also, we have 0 spells, so we need to tend to that as well. All right, pack 2, pick 5. Inti is excellent. I'm just going to keep taking the really good creatures. Bone Crusher Giant, Mind Collapse, and Shieldred's Edict are all quite nice as well. But my thought process here is also when you're drafting red-black, like those are the removal colors, so you should be able to find your fair share of removal even late. I would play a green dual land here for the Deathrite Shaman if I do see one. All right, what do we have? Pack 2, pick 6. I mean, look, there's a reason why we are seeing all of these white cards. It's because, well, we didn't really see that much in pack 1. So all of these aggressive white cards, I mean, Guide of Souls is one of the best white creatures in the entire cube, but we just kind of have to pass all of it here. Nia is fine. Just like a 2-mana 2/1 that gets you value and they kind of have to kill it. I like it over Knight's Whisper, just because it can attack. So let's take that. I mean, it's not insane by any means. Okay. Literally 0 red or black cards in this pack. Okay. Wow. Wow, this is a pack. I'm going to take a Savannah. I can fetch it with Flooded Strand, although unlikely that I'm going to want to play this land in this deck. Yeah, this pack is just Gerb 007. They just drafted whatever I'm playing. So this pack has been awful. All right, well, I guess I'll take a Detective's Phoenix, another card I don't particularly love. But I guess I probably have to play. Here, I'll take Fatal Push, more white cards. Retrofitter Foundry is not really for this deck, but Fatal Push is awesome, so let's take that. Deathrite Shaman right now not looking particularly strong. I mean, it's still okay, right? You just drain them? I don't know. You kind of want some number of fetch lands to make this really pop off. Although I do have Overlord of the Baelmerk too, and Inti, so maybe it still stays in. Also, I just don't have enough playables, right? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is 12 playables, so I probably need to play all these creatures on the right. I'll play Takenuma. Skyclave Apparition that late, man. Give me a Blood Crypt, Raucous Theater, any of those would be nice. None of these I'm super interested in playing. I guess maybe if I splash green, I can maybe play the 6. Crabomination or Golos? I guess Crabomination, but probably not playing that either. Mind Collapse is fine, I'll play that card. I mean, it's not great, but it's a way to kill something. And right now we only have Fatal Push and Mind Collapse, and I guess Grim Lavamancer. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cards here. Probably have to play Ghostfire Slice. We'll see. Talisman or Batterskull. I mean, not really going to play Batterskull in a red-black deck. There was a Stoneforge Mystic. I'm surprised that person didn't take that. All right, well, Pyrogoyf is premium. At least we got that. There's a Jite and a Braid or a Bitter Triumph. We wouldn't mind tabling any one of those cards. But happy enough with a Pyrogoyf here. Card's very, very good. I thought this was a mana... Oh, Time Walk got passed to us. How do you pass Time Walk? They opened a Mox. They opened the Mox. It is what it is. I don't even think Time Walk is worth the splash, honestly. In this type of deck. Like, we don't even have good mana for a red-black deck. So this is unfortunate because also, like, we didn't see much blue in pack 1. So the person passing to us opened, like, Ancestral or Black Lotus or something ridiculous like that. I can take Scalding Tarn and hope I get a red-black land. Or I can take Lilion of the Veil. I have a lot of 3-drops already. There's an Evora, but I think it's too early to take that. All right, I'm going to take Scalding Tarn here. My mana is really bad, and I really need to find a red-black land. There's a Raucous Theater, but man, this pack is loaded. I'm going to hope that this table, Snuff Out is amazing, and I think I want to take it over Fire Covenant. Actually... yeah, let's take Snuff Out. Fire Covenant also has a chance of wheeling because it's a black-red card. So I'm going to take the Snuff Out. I'm actually not sure what the pick was there. Ooh, could have gotten some blue sources with what we have. There's an Inquisition. I think I want Inquisition. We have very little hand disruption, so I think Inquisition will do some work here. Pack 3, pick 5. Nothing that's black or red, which is bad. I'm just going to take a random card.
Prepare to marvel at my masterpieces.
All right, there's a Blood Crypt. I kind of have to take it here. Generous Plunderer is fine. Carnage Interpreter is pretty cool. There's lots of late Mother Runes. I wonder if people just gave up on Boros. I don't know. But this Blood Crypt was absolutely huge, as we now have 2 black-red sources in our deck, in the Tarn and the Blood Crypt. All right, pack 3, pick 7. We have Restless Vents and Kolaghan's Command. Both are good. That's a late Urza, too. I think Kolaghan's Command is excellent, so I'm going to take it here. Also, I just need more playable, so... we have a bunch of good, cheap creatures to get back. It's a way to kill artifacts, which we currently don't have, so... I think that's going to do some work. Gristlebrand... Oh my gosh, Badlands? I think I got to take the Deep Cavern Bat here. I think it was really important to pick up the first dual land for the Scalding Tarn. The second one is less important, and I do need Disruption, and I think the Deep Cavern Bat's perfect here. So let's take it. All right, what do we have? Bitter Triumph and Jite. I actually don't know which one I want. I think I'm just going to take the Bitter... Well... You know what? I'm going to try something. I'm going to take the Jite here. We have a lot of creatures. So I'm going to take the Jite and see how that works. All right, Reanimator was wide open. Brainstorm. Wow. Currency Converter versus Bauble. I'll just take the Bauble. I'm not a big believer in Currency Converter. Fire Covenant. Let's go. All right, very, very happy that tabled. And then Burst Lightning or Virtue. I like Burst Lightning. Just cheaper. So what's our playable count now? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. All right. I think I'm playing the Deathrite Shaman and this as well, and just playing 16 lands. Our curve is pretty low. 2.2. Ooh, Carnage Interpreter is very nice in this deck. Oh, last pick Restless Vents. Okay. Okay. I mean, look. This deck isn't perfect by any means, and we had a super late pivot, right? We started with Flooded Strand, Solitude, and Hallowed Fountain, and this is where we ended up. So let's figure out what we need to do here. All right, we need to cut some mana sources here, right? All right, you know what? I'm going to just clean this up real quick. I think I'm going to cut Deathrite Shaman because I don't have access to green mana. This gives us 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 red sources. And then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 black sources. So cut 1. This gives us 7, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 lands. And our curve is 2.3. So 16 mana sources seems pretty good there. Bauble also cycles. Nia can maybe get us a land. And I think this is the configuration. I don't know that I love Detective Phoenix, but we do have a lot of ways to just put random things into our graveyard. It's a Flying Haster. And I don't have a whole lot of other options. Also, Snuff Out is a free spell, so that also lowers the mana curve as well. All right. Well, let's try this. It's just pretty straightforward. Red-black aggro with a bunch of removal. Not too many ways to get ahead on cards, but I think there's enough here to pick up some wins. All right. Now, before round 1 starts, I did want to say that if you've been enjoying all of this content and really wanted to support the channel in a different way, well, the best way to do so is through my Patreon. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Really big shout out here, of course, to all the patrons here. Thank you so much for your support. Access to the Patreon gives you access to monthly videos that I make for the Patreon, along with access to my Discord channel, which I believe is a really great way to join an awesome community of folks looking to up their limited game. All right. I'm going to keep this. Black and red source here. We have Fatal Push. Play Swamp. Fatal Push into Inti, into Preacher or Rabblemaster. Okay. Let's see what they get. I hope they get something expensive. Yep. All right. So now we kill this. So this doesn't do anything. Let's play Inti. They played their own Inti. And Portable Hole on my Inti. Whew, okay. Fair enough. That's good. All right. Well, Rabblemaster doesn't do that much here, so I'm going to play Preacher. And hope they don't kill it. And then, I'm going to hope that I get to go off with Jite. We'll see. Adeline. Fair enough. Okay, so now I have to think. Because right now, at my life total, I don't want to use Scalding Tarn. If we stay at the same life total, I get to... It's really important to be at the same life total. If you're at the same life total, you get a token and you get to draw a card. So I'm going to go Jite here. Yep. Okay, my creature has Death Touch, so I will 100% take this exchange and be happy about that. Could just get a regular mountain here. Did I get Badlands? No, I didn't get Badlands. Alright, they're actually close to casting this thing too. Corey Steel Cutter, okay. Did they not have a second thing to play? That would be pretty bad. I assume they do. Oh! There's no way for me to actually kill that, huh? So here's my question. Do I kill this or do I kill Lauren? All right. 1 damage versus 2 damage. I think they're going to attack me. Alright, Inquisition doesn't do much. Ooh. That is really interesting. Oh, I can actually give this haste. Oh, that's insane, right? When this enters or attacks, mill 4 and I return something. So I play this. Red. Let's get Preacher. Arena of Glory plus Overlord of the Balebrook is kind of busted. All right. Well, beat Boros. Always, always a good feeling. All right, 1-0. All right, on the play. Ooh, this hand's fine. Got Grim Lavamancer, Deep Cavern Bat, and Inti. Do like all of those things. And I like the fact that my opponent mulliganed. Okay, you know, look, I want to play a real game, okay? Yeah. Let's take it easy there, Paul. Alright. Let's take Grim Lavamancer. Forests, okay. A green deck. We can handle those. We can handle those. Just kidding, it's a fast bond. Uh-oh. Now I'm scared. Now I'm scared. Okay, well, I'm gonna play a Deep Cavern Bat here and see what they're working with. Okay. I suppose they can have like a channel. I mean, the thing with the Lotus, like, I guess they can just play the Strip Mine and get me. I don't know why they didn't just do that. I guess because of the Lotus Cobra. I'm just going to take the Lotus Cobra. I mean, there's no real reason for them to try to Strip Mine me, I don't think. Curious, like, what I should discard here. Okay, sure. Kill the swamp. Man! Lame! They got the right land. Oh, wow. That totally blew me out. How did they know? How did they know? So they have an Ulamog. We have these 2 cards. Desperately need a red source. You think they flipped the coin? I'll take Preacher of the Schism, Overlord of the Baelmerk, Barrowgoyf, any of those cards. I wonder what they're considering here, because, like, literally they only have one option here, right? If they find a channel, they would cast this. probably just exile both of these, right? And channel for 8, go down to 6 and play this. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I can snuff it out. Oh, it's indestructible. I can't even snuff it out. So I just gotta hope they don't have channel here. All right, we drew Pyroglyph. That's all we got. We're drawing a bunch of red cards. Give us another red source, please. The best strip mine in the entire world. Okay, there's a forest. Mountain. Ugh. Yeah, whatever. Come on. Oh, this is really frustrating. There's a channel. I thought they had it previously, but now I think they don't have a choice. What does it do? Mills me for 20 cards? Holy cow. Alright, so they need to go down to 3 life here. They need to go down to 3 life here. Alright, what are you exiling? My 2 creatures? Yep. Indestructible. Does this exile? No. Alright, we need a red source now. Red source here and I win. That's crazy. Okay. Sure. Oh, Restless Vents. Okay. Oh, please don't kill this Restless Vents. I'm gonna be so sad. Oh, man. Oh, what a beat. What a beat. Okay. Yawgmoth's Will? On Strip Mine? That is unbelievable. That is so crazy. Am I really gonna lose the Yawgmoth's Will Strip Mine? I'm gonna just kill this. So they don't get extra mana. Oh my gosh. This is ridiculous. Oh, can they strip mine me twice? With Fast Bond? No, or does it get exiled? It might just get exiled. Anyways, like, yeah, at this point, if I don't draw a red source, I just straight up lose the game, so. Yeah, it is what it is. Wow. This would be the wildest way to lose. My tap land, I have 7 red sources left in my deck, right? 7 red sources left in my deck. I think it gets exiled, right? Whenever, if a card will be, yeah. So this is gone. All right. All right, I'm gonna slow roll this. Nope. This upsets me. I didn't draw a red source. Can I get a land back? No. Yep. You know, we've been running pretty well in these. That is an absolutely insane way to lose. To get Yawgmoth's Willed for the strip mine to get my red source there. Wow. Maybe I should have just Deep Cavern batted the Ulamog. I think I win the game if I do that. I just didn't expect the channel necessarily. They didn't have it in their hand. And I had a removal spell for the Lotus Cobra, so maybe I should have just... Maybe I should have just let the... Yeah. Wow. That is a that one was a deck we were supposed to beat. All right, we're on the play here. We are going to keep this. Oh man. Okay, so let's go Scalding Tarn, get Blood Crypt because I do have double black cards in my deck, and then we have a turn 2 Nia. If my opponent wastelands me next turn, I'm gonna lose it. Oh, that was good. Well, that certainly changes things, because now we can just go Preacher. Alright. I approve. I don't approve. Dismember. Alright. Grim Monolith. Okay. So let's... No Grim Monolith shenanigans for you. What is it? Like some kind of mono red? Lion's Eye Diamond? What is happening? This is some jank. Alright. What do I want to do? Let's kill you. Let's play you. Let's attack you.
Oh, I've got something special for you.
Tamio, okay.
Perhaps there are more.
Oh, do they have Echo of Eons? Oh, they don't. Okay, whew. Alright, when this attacks the player, I get a token. No, I just draw a card here, right? So... I do have to think here. I think I... Oh, hold on. I also have Restless Vents. Now let's dash this.
Innovation knows no bounds.
Alright, let's play Nia. See if we hit a land. We didn't. That's a Mind Collapse, though. Let's kill it. Alright. Pretty good spot here. 3 creatures in play. Kind of killed everything. And yep. They were trying to do some sweet artifact stuff, but we just put a bunch of pressure on and won that game. Okay. I'm not going to lie to you folks. I'm pretty tilted about that Ulamog loss. Strip mine. Oh, strip mine. Alright. That'll be the last you hear of it. Until you hear of it again. Okay, opponent on the play here. We have 3 black sources and a bauble and 3 red cards. I will mulligan. This hand is insane. We'll keep. They're a Lutri deck? Oh, man. I'm not sure about this. But like all these creatures are always going to be good. If my opponent's playing more of a control deck, the Burst Lightning is not going to be as good. But if they play a creature deck, obviously this is very, very different. Let's see what they play turn 1. Watery Grave. Duress. Yikes. Bye-bye, Mox Pearl. What did I bottom? Burst Lightning? I guess that was fine. I mean, look, I still have a 1-drop here, right? So it's still a thing, but, you know, always feels bad to lose your Mox. Clamp, okay. Yeah. I mean, they're at 13 life. Okay, well. That's a Black Lotus. Man. Yep. What would I like to get back? Ragavan or Grim Lavamancer? 2 cards. I'll take Ragavan. It'll make them less likely to want to attack me. Dak Faden? Jeez. Okay. Oh, and then they get to loot and draw a bunch of cards. Fair enough. Yep. They know about the Rabble Master. They still might not... I still don't think they attack me here. I really do need to find a land, though. Okay, good. Oh, I can give it haste and kill the deck! Let's go. Man, this Arena of Glory has been insane. Alright, they draw their cards. Attack you, attack you. Alright. Pyrogoyf is a 6/7. They've drawn a bunch of cards, but our board's pretty good. So let's see what they can muster up here. Because we got lots of offense. Wow, Arena of Glory was an incredible draw. 3 cards in hand for the opponent. Karsi Revenant into the graveyard and a Lutri exiled. Let's see what kind of interaction they can find here. Demonic Tutor. Likely finding a removal spell here for the Pyrogoyf. And then from my side, I have to think, okay, I mean, what do? Like, do I dash in the Ragavan to try to get some value, or do I run out the Goblin Rabble Master? Goblin Rabble Master off of Arena Glory does seem really strong, right? Especially, and that's a really good post, like, Wrath play. Like, if they Demonic Tutor for Toxic Deluge or something like that, you know what I mean? Big turn for the opponent here. Psychic Frog, so that's a 3/4. Okay. Two cards in hand. Do I make them discard their hand? Or do I just, like, activate this and attack for 1,000,000? Seems fine. I don't know. Maybe I just play everything, because I think they just got Psychic Frog, right? Sure. Let's just flood the board. Alternatively, I can just, like, discard something here. Yeah, maybe I should just discard the mountain, right? Yeah. I don't really need more than 4 lands. That's a Mind Collapse? Okay. So I should just play that, right? Yeah. Alright, they're at 8. Let's play Ragavan. This is also ticking up. And we have a good board. Like, they can't even Deluge here, they die. I can give this Trample with the Inti, and I can give this Haste. Okay, sure. Alright, you know what? I mean, they had a nice deck, right? It was, like, Grixis Control with Psychic Frog, Karsi Revenant, Black Lotus, Shieldred, and we were still able to beat our opponent there. That Arena of Glory is literally the MVP so far of our run. I mean, wow. Alright, on the play here, yes, absolutely keeping this. We got the Scalding Tarn again. I know it, like, I take a bunch of damage, but I do think it's probably correct to get a Blood Crypt here because of Karsi Revenant that I have in my deck. And I'm on the play, so... Like, if I was under draw and my opponent played like a Plains, I would just get a Mountain and play this, but... Nice. We drew a Swamp. Let's attack. We hit No More Lies. Okay. Gotta think about this. I mean, I'm gonna play this. Spread around the damage here. I mean, maybe it was better to just pump up the Death Greeters champion, honestly. We'll see. Yeah, I'm not actually confident on that. Gonna play Deep Cavern Bat first. See what they have. I'll keep that on top. Yeah. All right, Sunfall, Monastery Mentor, and Teferi Time Raveler. They're pretty far away from Sunfall. I don't care about the Monastery Mentor. All right, let's take Teferi. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, was I supposed to put the counter on the Death Greeter's champion? I'm not entirely sure. All right. Prismatic Ending does not do anything. Okay. I mean, this is just like a million damage, right? So, they're at 7. I have Kolaghan's Command, Ragavan. That's an Urza's Bauble. Let's play it. If they spell Pierce it, I'll let it happen. Dress Down. Ah, I see. Okay. I think this still resolves. Maybe they still spell Pierce it. Oh, I can't dash this in. Yeah. I see. Well, I'm not going to play into the Sunfall. We saw Spell Pierce, okay. Alright. So they have to cast Sunfall. I'm going to... sure. Because I can dash into Ragavan. Alright. We beat some blue-white Cheons. Always a good feeling. And we are mythic! I didn't even realize. Alright, let's go! Happy enough with that, and we are already ranked 223 just because we've been on such a big heater that when we hit mythic, we just already start with a pretty high rank. So that's a good feeling. Let's keep the win streak going. Alright, on the play here, we will keep this hand. I will lead with Arena of Glory so that I can play a turn 2 Deep Cavern Bat. This hand basically hopes that my opponent has lots of creatures. Exploration, okay. Well, it's certainly that's certainly the type of card that you want to play turn 1. Let's play Deep Cavern Bat. Jesus. Okay, so Consult is pretty good. There's Raminap Excavator, which currently doesn't do anything. And there's also a Hull Breacher, which also doesn't do anything. So yeah, I'm just going to take Consult. And I have infinite removal, so... Okay. I know it's going to run into the Hull Breacher, but whatever. Like, just kind of make them play it, right? And then if they play Excavator, we can cast Fire Covenant, and that'll be very, very strong. The thing is, I don't want to run into the Hull Breacher without the mana to kill the Hull Breacher. Or even utilize this ability, so... This Fire Covenant's gonna be sick! Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, 5. Boom, boom. 2, 3, 2. Haumph. Right, they take 5. They got 2 cards left. They're obviously looking to do, like, you know, the land thing. What do I want to do here? I don't hate GT equip. Let's just do that. Alright, they're at 7 life. I have GT with counters. I still have some stuff in my hand. What can they find? This is lethal next turn. If I draw a mountain, I can even haste both of these out. Which is pretty good. And there you have it! Another victory! Where do we go? From 23 to 15! I'm telling you, folks. As fun as it is to draft control decks, the proactive decks are what gets it done, right? You don't need to try to focus on putting together, you know, A plus B combo decks. You just play your good creatures and force your opponents to do something. And if they don't, they die. And if they do, you cast Fire Covenant, you kill everything, and then they die. But then if they can do their thing and you can't stop them, you die. All right, Flashjack. Okay, I think that's Jakob Toth. Sorry if I butchered your name. Very, very good Magic player. I'm on the play though. I'll keep this. We'll hit them with the hello. All right. Ah, you jerk. You stinking jerk. Let's Inquisition them, I suppose. Let's get Blood Crypt. See what they have. Yep. They're doing the thing! Alright, so what do we have here? We have a K command for the Mana Vault if needed. Otherwise, they can just play like a Demi next turn, I suppose, which is not that big of a deal. I'm just wondering, like, what is the scariest start here? And I think it involves them going Mana Vault, Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Now, what if I just take Fable? That seems fine, right? Alright, let's just take Fable. Play Lavamancer. It's just the best card in this type of matchup. So they can either... I mean, the thing is, they're not going to really play the Ademi. So I can see them just going like Mana Vault Go. If they don't want to play any creatures. Because like, with an active Lavamancer, it's kind of tough, right? They can also do that. That is certainly an option. Alright, well. I'm going to play Inti and just pass. Obviously, I don't want to run my Grim Lavamancer into Ademi. And then I can just start attacking with Inti. Pyroglyph is already a 4/5. That's a library, but that's not going to get turned on. Okay, that's the Mana Vault. You jerk! Are you kidding me right now? Alright. Well, that's one way to get it done. Holy cow. Oh, man. What a beat. Let's draw a land. Son of a gun! Alright. Let's attack Elspeth. Let's discard this. That's a Barrel Goyf. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Should have taken the, Kenny, I don't even have words. Should have taken the Mana Vault, Paul. What were you thinking? I mean, I kind of have to play the Barrel Goyf, right? It is huge. And if they minus it, they lose the Elspeth, so sure. Alright. Just kill the Barrel Goyf. Otherwise, I'm just gonna like trample over and destroy you. But we'll see. Like, the Barogoyf is just an absolute beating here. I mean, my hand is still good. Like, I have a Pyrogoyf and a K command, both of which are very, very strong here. I have a Barogoyf that I can use to trample with the Inti to make sure Elspeth's dead, so I do think this is their best option. My Pyrogoyf is now a 6/7. They drew a Vista. And they can play... That's all they can play. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. Now, if I draw a land, that would have been very, very nice. I really want to hit a land to play Pyrogoyf, because that will help me stabilize. Now, admittedly, the Preacher of the Schism is also quite good here. But against this, I don't know. 19, alright. Let's discard Preacher of the Schism, I guess. Give me a land. Alright, 14. I mean, this thing just does such a good job of racing me, right? I don't want to discard Pyrogoyf and Kolaghan's command, you know what I mean? Alright, whatever. I think I should get back Barogoyf. Alright, whatever. Now I can I can race them with this Karsi Revenant, so keep that in mind as well. Let's see what they draw. I'm blocking. I'm at 6. What is your last card? We drew a Hired Claw. God! I'm at 6 life. They have 1 card. Whatever. Let's just go for it. Alright, there's a land. Goodness. Alright. We just went for it. We're at 11 now. Hopefully they don't have a Fiery Confluence. They're at 7. They can hit me down to 6. That's a land. Glimmer Lens. That can draw them a card. But I can Pyrogoyf them for 1 trillion damage. And this thing flies. Okay. Sure. They have 1 mana left. As long as they do not kill my Inti, I'm okay. Right? Okay, that's a land. That's good. Boom! Pyrogoyf to the face. Woof! GG's. Elspeth, by the way, it's a 5-mana card, but it might be the best 5-mana card in the set for aggro decks. It is so good. So, almost lost, but found a way to grind through. And we are now 6-1. And rank 11 already, wow. Okay. Back to the winning ways. You know, we messed around in the last one. And here, hopefully, we can pick up a W. This hand's kind of all in on Goblin Rabblemaster, but I do have a lot of interaction in Fatal Push and Mind Collapse. And I do have an Inquisition of Kozilek turn 1. And what are they playing? Woof. I don't care about the Probe. I think the Copter is more of a problem, so we'll just take that, I guess. It's actually interesting. If they play Voice of Victory, I might want to just cast Mind Collapse Rabblemaster, right? Because that just gets in for so much damage and my curve is kind of low already. Now, losing a land is obviously quite bad. But I think it might still be worth. It just kind of overwhelms them, doesn't it? Also, Detective's Phoenix Bestow might be really good too on the Rabblemaster. Like, I don't want them to get to Elspeth, right? I need to end this game as quickly as possible. It's a really aggressive line, though, I will fully admit. Flicker Wisp on a token? Darn. Okay. Colligan's Command. That's really interesting. Do I have a creature to get back? No. So it would just involve making them discard a card. But that still seems fine. Okay. Alright, they take 4. We have a Fatal Push for little things. Again, I mean, it was a really, really aggressive line. It really was. Let's see what happens. Can't Fatal Push that, darn. Okay? Unless I draw a fetch land. They named it Instant, so Fatal Push doesn't work there. I can Bestow, though, on Goblin Rabblemaster, which I think is quite strong. But why don't we play the Nia first? Hit the land, nice. Let's see. I can't cast a Fatal Push here. So now they can play Elspeth and kill my Rabblemaster if they draw land number 5. They did. Alright. Alright, alright, alright.
So long as we fight.
My Phoenix still is in play if they do that. What? Doesn't that put them dead on board? Wait. They gave this flying. So I can activate this. They have to block the Rabblemaster. They take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yeah. All right. Got him. Got him. Look at this. Who needs to be Boros aggro? You can just be Rakdos aggro instead. All right. Well, you know what? I am really happy with just kind of the way that this draft played out, okay? Because we had to make kind of like a weird late pivot, right? We started out the draft with a Pearl. So generally speaking, of course, you know, you can play this in any deck. You kind of want to be white. That helps, right? And then we picked up Solitude, right? Pearl and Solitude is a really incredible start to a deck that has white cards. And then we took Flooded Strand, thinking, well, you know, like maybe we can draft like some mid-range white deck or aggro white deck, whatever. And so getting off of that, and then we made the decision to actually try to draft Control, and we took March of Otherworldly Light. So based off of our start, and then we took Hallowed Fountain, right? So like the first half of this draft was rough because we didn't end up with any of those cards. And it was just a matter of us trying to read the draft and figure out what we believe was open. And based on what I saw, I didn't see enough good white to make me think white was available. Blue, I didn't see a lot either. Red was kind of open. And so then I was like, well, what else works well with red? And I don't want to be red-green for the most part. So, and blue was not open, and red and white wasn't open. So red-black was the thing that naturally made the most sense. And ultimately, we ended up with just a totally fine playable Rakdos deck, right? It's another deck that puts a lot of, that curves out really well, This card has just literally probably been the best card that I've played with so far in this version of Cube. Like Pyroglyph has just been so exceptionally impressive. And red-black matches up pretty well against the white aggressive decks because you have access to a ton of good removal, right? And we had a bunch of lifelink creatures as well. And so, yeah, this deck just worked really well. And we were able, and Arena of Glory too. Arena of Glory plus Overlord of the Baelmerk, and also with that Pyroglyph was absolutely huge. So another successful run for us, and back to our winning ways. We now have another trophy. Hopefully this is the beginning of many, but because of the incredible streak that we are leading into this, I think I don't know how the ELO system works, but I would guess that our ELO was quite high the moment that we hit Mythic, which put us into 23. And already, we literally just hit Mythic today in this draft, and we are rank 8. So that's a good sign. That means that we are in really good shape to try to get to rank 1 by the end of this season. All right, let's go for it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That is patreon.com/paulcheon. Also, go to TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering supplies, singles and sealed product needs. If you want to buy some booster boxes of The Last Airbender, you want to pre-order some products, go do it now. You wanted some singles for your standard, modern, pioneer, commander, or your collection, check out tcgplayer.com. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but not least, go to heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, life pads, and more, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you tomorrow.